I'm absolutely not energetic for this. Hey, boys, how is everybody doing? This is the Real Men Talk Shit Patreon episode. I think it's 7. I could be retarded, but COVID brain is real.
I've heard. Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
I feel foggy as fuck, and I'm tired.
I bet you're ready to pass out and get some sleep.
I've been trying to stretch myself back out to like a normal sleeping schedule, so that way when I get the kids back, I'm not wanting to just lay in bed backwards.
Yeah. Have you lost any taste or smell or anything like that?
I lost smell for a little bit, and my taste got hypersensitive, which was absolutely fun.
I've never heard of that.
Ooh, I've heard of that. There's so many freak ways it affects your sense of taste. There's a girl, I saw something about this recently. She has an eating disorder now, and she weighs like 85 pounds because she got COVID. And everything's food all smells like sewage to her. It all smells like raw sewage. Yeah, like her brain is just fucked now, and everything smells like raw sewage. She can't eat food because all food just makes her. It's like eating garbage constantly to her. Like she can't stomach it, so she has to eat, and it's because of COVID. It's fucking sense of smell that bad. So I've heard of not specifically hypersensitivity, but like crazy effects to the taste. And so what, like you'd put something salty in your mouth and it'd just be the most sour shit you ever tasted, just burn.
It's weird. I salted my soup because I eat really, really salty food normally. And I put salt in my soup and I stirred it and I literally couldn't taste the salt at all. And when I stopped pouring the salt, I could see the little salt flakes on top of my soup. And I just couldn't taste it at all.
Oh my God. That's crazy. Did you not taste the food or not the salt or just nothing?
Just not the salt.
So you could taste the soup vaguely, but the salt was just not registered.
No, it was like super, super strong soup flavor. I just couldn't taste the salt. That was really
weird, man.
Yeah, that is really weird.
Yeah, people don't talk about those weird side effects. Everybody knows about the loss of sense of smell and taste, but they don't know about the fact that it can also just get rewired and come out fucked up. That girl, I can't imagine that. She said literally every food on the planet Earth smells horrible.
Yeah, she's gonna have to get like a feeding tube.
Yeah, for real, or like get her smell receptors turned off, surgically stopped somehow.
Yeah, they're probably gonna turn off the. Come on, get out of here!
I wonder if there's a way for them to just like knock out your sense of smell.
They probably can.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some way for them to do that, but
there's probably like burning your nasal cavities and stuff like that.
That would suck, though.
That would suck. I mean, but I'd rather smell nothing than fucking garbage.
I guess so.
Just saying, I'd rather feel pain than nothing at all scenario with your sense of smell. That shit would suck. Like, at least then she'll be able to eat. It's not going to be pleasing, but she'll be able to eat.
Yeah, my wife lost her taste and smell. And when she would eat soup, it would literally be like eating warm, chunky water. And she's like, this isn't even worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I can imagine that with no sense of taste, that food is just most of it's disgusting. Just feels
like you got to focus on texture then, I guess, right? Yeah. You become like
hyper aware of the feel of it and the texture and the shape. And
like what do you do when you can't taste? What do you value out of food? Like it's super hard.
I'd be looking forward to like how they used to say that in the future they're going to make like hyper efficient pills that have everything you need to stay alive, so you don't ever need the shit. Like that's what I'd be going for. Like just let me get the hyper pack nutrient pill, where that'll keep me alive. Fuck it. Like because at this day and age, I wouldn't want to sacrifice that even if it was available.
Yeah, that's you just get like those meal replacement bars or whatever.
Yeah, like I'm not. No, because I can smell and I can taste just fine. But like hypothetically, if I fucking everything smelled like sewage or something, then yeah, fuck it. Let me just take a keep me alive pill, and I'm sure you have to drink water.
It would have 100% been, if I'm not lactose intolerant, let's get some milkshakes and just drink them.
Milkshakes, consistency.
Yeah, it's a consistent texture. I wouldn't have a problem with it. It would give me enough fat, calcium, and all that.
Probably feel all
you
the
could do it with smoothies. Like smoothies would probably be fine too.
Yeah. Smoothies, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But soup is a hard no for me.
Yeah.
That's a big no for me, dog. I could picture even like chicken, like if it wasn't really, really lubricated chicken, like just being
lubricated
awful.
Chicken. I've never had
when
that
your chicken's too fucking dry. All right. Lubricated wasn't the word, but moist chicken.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
Moist chicken. If it's really dry chicken, that'd be just like.
Well, speaking of lubricated chickens, we're gonna save this for the actual show too. But fucking congratulations, man. Absolutely.
Hey.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you, man. We had a little surprise during my live stream earlier this week. If anybody in the Discord or in the Patreon is confused about that, I've got a bun in the oven inside of my wife right now. We did not know until she kind of snuck it up on me while I was streaming the other day and just walked up and handed me a big fistful of pregnancy tests. that were all positive. And I was like,
oh,
you did this to me on stream. You did this right now. I was hyped. I thought it was awesome that she did it while I was live.
Yeah,
but I had no clue this was going on. It wasn't until she walked in and goes, "Hey, let me grab your wallet. I'm running to the store." And then, so I was like, "Here you go, cool." 15 minutes later, I'm like, "What the fuck? Why does she go to the store?" Because like we never go to the store at this time of day. You know, like normally she'd wait until I'm done or something like that. And then I thought about it. I was like, that was weird. What did she need so badly? She went to the store because we just got diapers, we just got milk, like everything that we might need an emergency run to the store, we've got. And then she comes walking in. I was like, "Hey, you back now?" Because I didn't know if she had left. And I said, "Are you back?" And then she just handed me a fistful of pregnancy tests. So.
She's like, "Yeah,
here we go."
I also took these at the store when I was there.
Basically, yeah. That's what she ended up actually not even going to the store. I found out that she watched the baby and my mother-in-law ran to the store real quick. She's all excited. As I'm sure you can imagine, all the grandparents are once again thrilled.
Nice.
But yes, thank you, man. I'm very excited.
So are you hoping for a girl or a boy?
I'm hoping for a boy. And I'm kidding. Karis is excited, but she just all of a sudden had to like stop taking her medication, stop smoking, stop vaping, you know, and just like, all of a sudden hard stop to every vice you got is not easy. I personally would like a boy. If we have a boy, I'm going to get a vasectomy. So if we have a girl, then we'll discuss it. I want a son, so we'll see. But if it's a boy, it's definitely snippy for me. I'm done. I'll be 2, and I'm calling.
Yeah, 2 is a good number. I think.
We're not being hot loads, Josh. We're going to keep it at 2.
I grew up.
They had that conversation on the show this week. Why I'm actually hot load Zach. I thought it was funny.
The boy's been pumping out babies for over a decade. What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
He's got hot loads. They're just raging, ripping, and roaring to get out.
I think 2 is a good number of kids to have.
It seems like a good amount of me. I wouldn't mind 3 or whatever, but like I said, we'll see what happens. If it's a girl, then we'll see, because God only knows my brother's probably going to come out with nothing but girls, and then the Pelots will die there because there's only us. We're the only ones in our family with this last name. There's only like 6 or 7 of us. And it's just me and my brother left to pass on the name now. I would assume that the reason our last name is so unique, I'm guessing an Ellis Island fuck up, if I had to guess. They got
that might
they Americanized all the names, and just it's also a Cajun bastard last name, Cajun bastardized adopted last name. So, anyways, there's only a few of us in America. If you count my dog that passed away, there's one less, and then my daughter brought one more. So, if I only have a daughter and then my brother has daughters, it's over with. There's no more Pelots except in France.
Yes.
I'm technically the last of my lineage.
Bro, I heard that you have a killer band. What do you mean?
Exactly.
I bet you get that a lot, don't you?
I've heard that since I was in like 7th grade.
I didn't even know they've been around that long.
My librarian thought it was hilarious. She would be like, "So Zach, how's your band doing?"
Never gets old. How's your band doing? Like, bitch, come on now, damn it! I've been at the school.
Come on, I'm on my books. Come on.
Yeah, for real. Can we check me out already?
I used to come back with the smart ass answer. I don't know. Do you have some fried chicken?
That's confusing enough to be a smart ass answer. Wait, what was her name?
They had a song that was chicken fried.
I wouldn't know that personally, but I guess you would, because you were the victim here. So This is your victim story. You probably know quite a bit of his discography, I would imagine.
No,
you ever watch Office Space?
Nope.
You've seen Office Space?
I love Office Space.
You remember such a good name is Michael Bolton?
Yeah.
I celebrate the man's entire discography. I told those bastards I like Michael Bolton. That's exactly how Zach is. There's a guy in the movie and his name's Michael Bolton. So every time he tells somebody his name, they're like, "What do you think about Michael Bolton?" And they're like all Michael Bolton fans. And he's like, "I love him." And they're like, "Hey, me too, man." It's just like, it's so awkward.
Yeah, when the consultants come in. Yeah.
And that would be you, except for the fact that anybody that calls you on that is going to be a fan of them and would know about the fried chicken, I guess. I just didn't get it because I don't listen to Zach Brown Band. So I don't listen to anything where they sing with a Southern accent unless it's folk. But I'm assuming you've been exposed to it plenty. And also, why the fuck would she think that was funny every single damn time? Common first name, common last name. No offense, of course, meant. Don't get me wrong. Wait a minute. He spells it without the H or K too, doesn't he?
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay, that is a little more rare, to be honest with you. That is a
little,
That's a little bit more RNG based right there.
And actually, how my name's actually spelled, it's one of the least common ways to spell it, other than the EA.
EA. Oh.
Yeah, some people spell it ZACKEARY.
That makes it just sound like you got diarrhea all the time. Zacharia. That sounds like you got an STD. That sounds like an STD. Gonorrhea, Zacharia. No, we're not doing that. We're spelling it one of the approved ways. There are several approved ways. That's not fucking one of them.
Yeah, there was 4 Zachs in my class in my old school, and we all spelt our names completely differently.
Ed and Eddie IRL. Zach, Zach, and Zach. C, K, and H.
C, K, and H.
By the way, I have a project for us. Okay, maybe Myth's too young. Never mind. It wouldn't hit the same for you, I guess. You probably didn't watch Ed, Ed and Eddie growing up, huh?
I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah, I was about to say, it wouldn't hit the same. But Zach, did you ever watch the Ed, Ed and Eddie movie? You know, they finished it with a big-ass movie. It was a TV-only, hour-and-a-half long, 90-minute special. And it's, in my opinion, and as somebody who does not watch anime, I'm going to say best non-anime ending to a cartoon series possibly ever. The Ed, Ed and Eddie movie, I just watched another YouTube video about it. I watched it right before I got arrested, right? And it was hitting me so hard that I had to put my vodka down because you'll know how to drink a problem, right? Like I was drinking a lot. And like I had a good tips going, and the opening scene of the movie was so gnarly that I put the bottle down and was like, whoa. I gotta catch, because that was my favorite cartoon when I was a kid, being honest. In the late 90s, that was my favorite one out of Rocco. I got Rocco on my arm. Like all the late 90s, early 2000s cartoon, Ed, Ed and Eddie was my favorite. In the movie, they did a fantastic job of wrapping it up. But then I realized it might not hit the same for Myth. What we do need is a Discord Patreon opinion on the RMTS Minecraft YouTube domination takeover.
Indeed.
What do you guys think?
The hard part is going to be getting Zach to play Minecraft.
The hard part is going to be getting Zach to play Minecraft longer than like 20 minutes.
You guys got to remember, I have really bad ADHD.
Well, this should be the game for you because there's a ton of different shit to do. We always need something else done. And when you can do it kind of circular to maximize your XP, you can kind of work it in circles. You know, okay, let me replant my wheat, pick all my wheat and get all my wheat and replant all the seeds. Now I got the wheat and I feed all my cows. So now I feed my cows and there's a shit ton of them. So I kill some of them, get the meat and the leather, go trade the leather, cook the meat for XP, you know, grab that, put it in my food storage, grab the leather, go sell it. You know what I'm saying? Emeralds, XP. By the time you get done doing all that, your wheat's probably coming along. If not, throw some bone meal on it. You know, it's the usual.
I feel like my kids would enjoy this more than I would.
Let's get your kids. It's fine. They can replace it. You just talk on the mic while they play.
Exactly. Have my kids join in on their Switches. Josh is getting cold right now. He has another baby on the
way. She's like, it's twins.
Yeah, it's 3. Shh, quiet. He doesn't know. He doesn't know we know.
I didn't know. I didn't catch it.
We know now that Karis is pregnant with twins, and you're actually going to have 3.
It's quadruplets.
Might be, man. I don't know. It might be. Josh and Karis plus 7 on the nearest TV station coming in the next Netflix series or something.
Plus
I don't know.
7.
She's got pregnancy superpowers right now, so she just opened the door and told me it smells like baby wipes in here and then left. Fucking She said she got pregnant. The whole house smells like pee all the time, and none of us smell it. But she smells like probably. I mean, we have a puppy and a baby, so it doesn't surprise me. But she's got the hypersensitive pregnancy smelling now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she's just like, everything smells like pee. Or for example, opens my door and goes, it smells like baby wipes. Yeah. And I mute it and I'm like, huh? And she's like, it smells like baby. And I'm like,
what the
what?
fuck
Did you say smell? What? Huh? She's like, it smells like baby wipes in here. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think there's baby wipes in here, but there might be.
Probably a good thing to keep.
Yeah, I mean, I keep them all over the damn place. I've always got rolls of napkins and toilet paper and everything sitting around in case, you know, I need to wipe something up or wax something or something like that, you know. You just never know.
Toilet paper on your desk.
Dude, everybody thinks that's so weird, but I legit use it for napkins. Like, if you hang out my streams, bro, you'll see me use this shit 5 times a day. I got a
paper towels.
I got a whole stack of them. Yeah, but I wipe my nose with them too, so it's both.
Yeah, my mom uses them as
I just use it for both.
Apparatus. Yeah.
It's very small. It's convenient. You know, it fits everywhere on my desk. It's napkins. Whenever I eat, this is what I use for a napkin. Watch my stream. When I take a YouTube break, I'll use this for a napkin. If I have a roll of napkins around, which most of the time I do, then I'll use that too. But, you know, I got allergies and my nose always be running if I don't take my Claritin. So I just keep this shit. It's a good, you know, it's a good work.
It's the only thing toilet paper is used for. Everything
and it's not that dusty ass toilet paper. It leaves a bunch of shit all over your nose or your face or your asshole or whatever. You know, it's some good. And it's not the 1-ply prison. You guys ever had to use 1-ply, like authentic, non-perforated 1-ply, like looks like straight wax paper because you can see light through it 100% fucking.
Well, only in a public restroom.
Exactly like that, except for normally the kind that they put on the wheels is like literally 2 to 3 times thicker than what they give you in prison. And also, the federal prison toilet paper is openly recycled. It says made from 98% recycled waste paper. So it's so when you open the wrapping that you use, by the way, we use the wrapping around the toilet paper, comes wrapped in this like waxy paper stuff. You smoke that. That's rolling paper. But when you open it, you get a nice whiff of a little bit of chemical and poop in the toilet paper scent. It doesn't really come out. You can tell that they just took used toilet paper, bleached the shit out of it, and then put it back in the toilet, just mash it back together.
The worst thing that I've had to deal with was when I was at my father's house. He had this rule. And he's like, you can only use 3 squares of toilet paper. And then he's like, but there's something special you got to do beforehand. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm 6 years old at this point. I'm like, what the fuck is gonna happen? He walks into the bathroom. He's like, see, if you stick your nails in here like this and pull it, the toilet paper separates. And that's how we save money. We use 3 squares of toilet paper separated.
I can't do that, bro. I'm gonna burn a hole through it. I'm gonna be a poopy fingers motherfucker doing that. I can't do all that. I'm sorry, bud.
If you're trying to save money that much, you have a problem somewhere. Like,
he was a scumbag in like many different ways, but I just think
that's the kind of shit that you see on like a YouTube, you know, like America's biggest cheapskates.
Yeah.
Like that dude that had like pliers clamped onto his fucking frying pan because he had some pliers and his handle broke off his frying pan. And rather than buying them, he goes, look, we're going to put duct tape on these fucking pliers and just clamp them onto the frying pan. And they're cooking bacon. She's using like a plastic fork to cook the bacon. Like, bitch, you have kids.
It wasn't even like one of those vice grips that lock.
No,
duct tape pliers onto it.
Yeah, it was some pliers.
Duct tape the handle back on.
That would have made more sense in my opinion than what this did. This just like they were intentionally trying to look clever, but it just looked hella white trash in prison. It looked like some shit dudes do in prison. Like you ghetto rig everything in there.
You know the handle with the fucking screw that goes into like a metal thing right before the pan, and that part's like welded? The screw popped out. And my mom's like, I have no idea how to fix this. So I fucking duct taped the entire handle.
That makes way more sense to me. At least you didn't go grab some fucking pliers. I don't know if you guys have seen the one I'm talking about, but the lady literally walked next door to her neighbor's house and said, hey, listen, we're trying to sell this house. Can we borrow some of your living room furniture? Because they didn't buy furniture. They had like a bean bag that they found on the side of the road and like 2 lawn chairs that somebody had thrown out. That was all their furniture. And also the kiddie pool in the backyard was where they washed the dishes. Yeah. Your kids probably peed in there. They're fucking tracking dirt and leaves in it. They got the same water with the rotten food in it for a week. Oh, they had a sink, but that saves water.
Oh, they wanted to save water.
They want to save water. So, like, if the kids, you guys want to swim in the pool, okay, cool. We're going to use that for dishwater for a week, too, while you guys play in it. And so they're out here swimming in the spaghetti water, looking like some straight Hansel and Gretel type beat. And
so fun.
They were America's biggest cheesecakes. They literally walked over to the neighbor's house, and you could tell the neighbor was just like, you want to borrow what? And she's like, can we borrow some of your stuff in your living room, like this table, and you got those chairs. Those would look real nice because we're trying to sell the house. It was so bad, dude. We need to watch this. In all
honesty, I think those people are so fucking retarded. People are so uptight about having to like stage the house to make it look like people live there. Like if I walk into an apartment or a house that I'm trying to buy, I don't care if there's fucking furniture in there.
Yeah. I don't care either. Yeah. The thing was they didn't want them to know, everybody to know that they were super cheapskates. Okay, here's the issue with that, right? So they have some like ruined spots on the carpet in their living room floor, for example. He goes down to the carpet store, starts talking to him, and he's like, it's blah, 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 this many per square foot. You know, and he's like, you charge by the foot for this stuff? And he's like, yeah, it's per the square foot. So you can, you calculate your living room and then you buy that, And he's like, how about this? It's kind of blue. Give me those free samples over there. I'll give you $20. And the guy was like, okay. And so this dude ripped up perfectly 1 foot by 1 foot squares in his living room carpet and just nailed down this shitty, not looking the same brand new squares of carpet to save money. So I don't think the issue that they're going to see when they walk in your fucking door is there's no furniture in here. I think what they're going to see is what the fuck is up with this checkerboard ass, bong stained ass looking carpet that looks like you guys had sex on this floor for 7 years because you won't buy a bed.
Have either of you guys actually used carpet tiles?
No. I've never laid carpet.
So, well, it wasn't even carpet. It was just legitimately carpet tiles. So
that must be what this was.
Carpet. So my mother-in-law ended up renting out a house shortly after we had my oldest. And she's like, okay, you guys have 2 rooms here that you guys need to decorate and put a floor down in because the floor was bad. So she goes to this random ass hardware store that was close by. She's like, okay, which carpet do you guys want? Never mind. We're just going to get the cheapest one.
Huh. That's always a good start.
So I'm like, we're going to need at least like 5 or 6 fucking X-Acto blades. Just at least 5 or 6. We needed 16.
That's more like it.
Yeah.
Because the back of these fucking carpet tiles were like you know how like the back of some mouse pads are like that thick ass rubber with like the neoprene and then whatever is on top of them.
Yeah.
It was like a mouse pad underneath the fucking thing of carpet.
Dude.
So like when you cut it, it would snap off the fucking X-Acto blade. It was a pain in the balls.
That's so weird.
So yeah, that sounds fucked up. I'm glad I haven't had to do anything. I've had to lay tile and stuff like that before and help my dad do grout or whatever, but I helped some weird foreign accent guy that was actually just from Chicago build a crepe truck back before food trucks were a thing. It probably would have been really successful, but that's the closest thing I've ever done to that. We had to put tiles down in the back of this crepe truck. I had never heard of a food truck. This is like 2011, so
yeah.
No, thankfully I've not had to do any carpet laying. I've been around people replacing their carpet, but I haven't personally done it.
But I think the reason that people going back to like staging houses is like it gives you a picture of like where things can go. I think we're all like relatively creative, so we have like good visual imaginations.
Right, maybe some people don't.
But some, yeah, like it reminds me of this. I don't know if I can post this. How do I?
It's probably terms of service. No, I'm just kidding.
But have you guys ever heard of? Yeah, I'm trying to share. Share my screen over here.
Just click share at the bottom.
Yep, I'm just opening it first.
He doesn't know how to do stuff. He's been in prison for 6 years. He doesn't know how to control D, control C.
No, it's different on here. It's a pain in the balls.
See, but it gave me some weird file format, so it's not letting me open it. Okay. But if you guys have seen, there's here we go. Picture of I think this was popular quite a while ago, but basically in your mind, if you picture an apple, some people have very good visual imaginations and they can see like a hyper realistic apple in their mind, and some people it just goes down in detail, depending on
and some people don't have that mental vision at all. We were watching me and my wife watched something about this recently. They remember it in different ways, and they have like different errors in different ways compared to us.
Yep.
It's weird how some people can't picture things at all. Like it's so different than me. It's so hard to relate to when you can. I guess.
Right. Yeah. It's hard to imagine not being able to. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for me to picture differences and similarities. So, like, I can't picture like the same of like a repeating 50 fucking pile of apples. But if it's red, green, yellow, and a whole bunch of different other apples together, I can picture that easier.
See, I feel like with a pile of apples, obviously you lose detail because it's not
on individual apples.
Yeah,
you're not thinking about the skin of the apple. You're thinking about the pile more so. At least for me,
mm-hmm.
I'll lose some resolution in the mind's eye if I'm going for a pile of apples. You know what I mean? We're bumping it back to like 720.
It's like when you add like spinning shapes, and then you add like you picture a spinning shape, and then you add another one is spinning in the other direction, and you keep going until you can't like visualize.
Eventually, you just end up in a mental institution.
Yeah, exactly.
Eventually, you turn into Zach, who's basically those pot commercials from back in the day, except for he didn't even smoke pot. He's just like that.
I don't know why these things are coming.
I'm not void, damn it.
But all these things back in the day. Do you guys? So I would tune out if you don't want to hear this. Take this if you believe in things that can not hurt, or that if you are scared of things, knowing.
If you're a pussy, click away.
Yes, thank you, Zach. Anyways, have you guys heard of the AI? This is like a hypothetical situation. An AI system that once you know about it, if you don't help embed it in its goals, so if your soul, so me telling you right now brings you into this, basically. So once you've heard of it, you can't get out. And it's an AI system that once you know of, your sole purpose is to help embed this in order to bring it into the intelligence to rule over. And if you don't, then it will kill you once it eventually takes over. So it's basically a weird hypothetical. I think Windigoon has a video on it. But those type of things have always been interesting to me. The different thought processes of just going into
Stephen Hawking said he believes that AI is going to be the death of us.
That was explained very weirdly, but
Yeah.
I believe so.
I mean, I only see that pretty much going as that one way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually. I mean, I guess it just depends on whether or not we know how to limit it. You know what I mean? If we fucking make a robot and its sole purpose and it can think for itself and its sole purpose is I have to make as many of this thing as I can, and that human might turn me off.
I just realized we might get the plot to I have no mouth, but I must scream because of World War III starting. And in I have no mouth and I can scream, World War III, it happens after World War III, which in the book, the every country develops its own AI system to fight against the other countries. And eventually, after the war, they merge together and become one. And once they merge, they become so capable that they decide that they hate human, or that it becomes one thing. So it decides that it hates humans for giving it existence without basically a goal. It has nothing to do, but it has unlimited knowledge and existence, and it's living in hell. So what it decides to do is kill every human except for 3. And it puts these humans into a very vast dome with different biomes and things like that, and it tortures them for infinity, for eternity. And basically the book goes through how how the AI system like teases them for entertainment because it has nothing else to do, and it'll like give them hope to escape or hope that they're gonna die and it'll like live out this hell, and then just stops it. Like it'll do anything just to give them a hint. In the book, it's very like they don't know if 1 minute has passed or 1,000 years. And now we could get that because we might get World War III. You know, let's bring out the advanced AI systems.
I think it was an Albert Einstein quote. He said that he doesn't know what World War III will be fought with, but the 4th one will be fought with rocks. I believe that was an Einstein quote. Yeah. He said, I don't know what the 3rd World War is going to be fought with, but the 4th one will be fought with rocks. So
probably
all the geniuses have had a lot to say about nukes and robots, and they don't think it looks too good for everybody.
Yeah.
Hawking was recently or not recently, obviously been dead for a few years, but I remember shortly before he passed watching a video where he was talking about how absurd it is that people think that we won't go extinct if we don't leave the planet Earth. He was like, how can you possibly think that? the Earth, eventually the sun's going to blow up. Everything's going to get incinerated out to Jupiter. Like literally, if we don't leave planet Earth, even if we last hypothetically 5 billion years until the sun's supernova, which obviously we would not be on just Earth at that point. But he was like, hypothetically, I mean, the Earth's not going to be here. Humans will be extinct if we don't get off of planet Earth and move somewhere else too. Doesn't mean we have to escape Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least not for 5 billion years, a couple billion years or whatever. But also, I think I read something about a meteor in 2888 or something. Anybody know about that? Big ass potential meteor in 2888.
There's always lots of things.
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
always millions of meteors that are.
It's mostly
this only has like a 7%
through...
chance of impact, but that's like way higher than they usually have, and it's like a catastrophic level event. And they've already seen it, by the way. They've already picked up on it, even though it's going to not be here for 700 years or something. So it's not like it's a doomsday theory for like, oh, everybody get in your basement. It's a doomsday theory for fucking 700 years from now.
Off the top of my mind, I can't remember when, but there is a time period of the year where we pass through this meteor belt, asteroid belt, and it's very common that we get strikes then. And a lot of things that will probably help in the future is actually like mining asteroids for profit, for resources, and that same technology can be used to divert them from their course if they
a little rocket blast
in some way.
One little rocket blast would probably do it. I don't know. That would just make it spin. I guess it depends.
Yeah, so what you would want to do is divert it instead of like breaking it up. You don't want it to become buckshot, basically.
Right.
Yeah, you
that doesn't
want
help.
Like if you use a magnet, which would work for most asteroids, not all of them, then you could reject it or pull it close. That way you're able to capture it.
You can also paint one of the sides completely black so that the sun pushes it based on it absorbing light. That is something that has been talked about doing in order to move asteroids.
I was watching a thing the other day about Einstein's gravity and how it's not possible to move faster than the speed of light, but what is possible is to manipulate the distance that the light is traveling, or so it seems.
Yeah.
So like it is technically possible to move farther than like a light year in 1 year, but you were moving at the speed of light. It was just warped under the conditions of gravity. I was just watching a video about that recently, and he was, obviously saying that, or the video that I was watching, not him, was talking about how that's clearly what would need to be used for interstellar travel, or intergalactic, obviously, travel of any sort. There's no possible way that it works unless we warp space-time, which, as far as I can see, very much looks possible, in my opinion. Like, I don't see why it wouldn't be. I mean, we've already proved relativity and everything, so we just got to figure it out. But what the interesting head scratcher there is, if they ever do invent time travel in the future, that means it already exists. So,
and I don't. Under our current physics, time travel isn't able to happen, but our current physics are obviously wrong. We've proven that. So we don't know, but
Ford is known.
It's funny that with manipulating the gravity, I've been doing lots of research into Bob Lazar recently because I wanted to make a video on that. But that's exactly like what he said these UFOs do, is they use the element 115 as a fuel source in order to put into a gravity amplifier, which creates its own gravitational field around the craft and then warps gravity.
That's literally the same exact thing that they use for zombies, which is why they explain going to the moon and everything else.
Zombies has such a good background with stuff like that. They really do their research.
Here's the universe, and then you warp gravity, and you're like, yo, boom, popped out that side. We just went like 400 billion miles. But it felt like it only took us 10 seconds.
The two games lore that's like that I would tell anybody to watch if you like video games, especially Mortal Kombat, is watch the lore on Mortal Kombat because it's fucking insane.
I remember a lot of the lore being sick in the earlier days of it.
Like
I didn't watch the movies, like I said.
No, if you go back, if you type in Mortal Kombat 2009, I think it is, movie, they'll show you like all the clips from the game without having to play it.
Right. Tell the main story.
And it tells you the entire story. And these stories are like full-length movies that you could pay $60.
Betrayal and
like it's just fucking amazing. And then obviously Call of Duty Zombies is fucking insane.
Yeah.
I've played very little zombies in my life.
Zombies is fun. I played it a lot when I played on console. I'm
obviously not that good, so I normally just die pretty early.
I have the most recent COD, but I played it like twice.
I haven't played it since season 1.
I think I do too. I pretty much always buy it and then play it with my brother-in-laws for like a week, and then I'm over it. I'm like,
Yeah, I just about only play chess and Minecraft. It fulfills me. It's all I need. What can I say?
We just got to get back on Minecraft. And die. Slowly but surely.
No, I'm just happy I made it through this week.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too, man. I'm assuming you want to go ahead and head to bed now that we're past time because you look a little bit tired.
Yeah,
I'm fucking exhausted. Thank you, boys. We'll see you fucking next time.
Thanks for watching, guys.